Are you an introvert? I know that feeling because I'm a super duper introvert myself. But in spite of that, I've been able to build a business. I've been able to reach out to over 200,000 people through webinars and over 15,000 paid members in my community, in spite of being an introvert, because of a few underlying principles that have helped me grow. So if you're an introvert, let me tell you this, there is a lot of hope for you. You may think that there are many people out there on social media who are doing all kinds of things. They are extroverts and only extroverts can be successful, but that's not the case. I truly believe that you can be successful because if I can achieve success in my business, you can achieve success too. Okay. So thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Siddharth Rajshekhar. I'm the founder of the Internet Lifestyle Hub. And in this video, I'm actually going to teach you how to succeed in business in spite of being an introvert. And before I even get into the video, a couple of things I would like you to do. First, I want you to hit that like button on this video below so that the algorithms are able to understand that you like this content and you'll get more of this. That's the first point. And two is, I would like you to type in the comment box if you are ready to learn. Just type ready to learn in the comment box and take notes, because here I'm going to share with you what are the concepts behind becoming successful as an introvert in business. Two is I'm going to share with you a formula, and there are at least 10 different factors that can help you succeed as an introvert. And three is I'll tell you what are your next steps and how you can continue on this learning journey with me. Okay. So just to give you like a quick background, I've failed in business multiple times because of thinking that I'm not good enough, or doing things which were not really aligned to my bigger purpose and vision. Okay, I've also failed in working in the corporate world and lost my job, and then I had to literally restart myself from scratch. So what I'm going to share with you here is not just some theory that I'm taking from here and there. I'm going to share my personal experience on every single point over there. And if it relates with you, I know that you can really change the game for yourself. And you may think, okay, you don't like to meet people, you like to just sit in your den and just do work for yourself. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Okay. For me, it's like I just turn on the switch. When I have to get into video recording mode, I just record. I'm able to reach out to people whenever I need. But on my own, I'm just an introvert sitting in my den doing my work. So I like to experience both the sides. But having said that, let's get into this, take a lot of notes and understand the concepts. 3 concepts. The first concept is that what I've observed is introverts actually think deeper than extroverts. Okay, I'm not saying that extroverts do not think deep, but they do. But because introverts are always thinking about all the permutations, combinations, implications, and analyzing things in different angles. So I feel that you being an introvert, you will actually have an added advantage in doing business, because you'll be able to analyze things on a much more deeper level and not just get excited about every small thing. Okay. The second aspect about this is, if you look at the overall world of business, people who are building their influence online and trying to grow their business, you have 2 categories. You have entertainers and educators. Okay. Usually the entertainers are very extroverted people where they like to go out there. They like to just wear different kinds of, clothes, and you'll have a lot of color and colorful palettes in most of their channels and their influence positioning. But I've noticed that introverts, like the mentors that I've also been learning from, they are not flashy at all. They're like super duper simple in their approach, but they're direct in their approach, and they're phenomenal educators. They can just get to the core of the message, and by way of their presentation being so simple and direct and to the point, they're able to attract that kind of an audience. They're able to attract that kind of a business just based on this one principle. Okay. And the third is a principle that I learned from my mentor is systems work, people fail. I truly believe that those who are introverts, because they think deep, they end up creating better systems for people. Like even if you look at Mark Zuckerberg, there's a profiling test that I did some time back called the Wealth Dynamics Profiling Test. And in that test, I came to know that I'm a mechanic. Okay, so a mechanic is somebody who can take things and make it better. And an example of a mechanic is also Mark Zuckerberg. Now, he's also a super introvert, by the way. Okay, and the reason introverts will be able to build better systems is because of being able to think deeper and, like I said earlier on, to think in different angles. So if you're an introvert right now, and if you have some models in your head, and if you can make that into a system, your market will be able to, or your target market will get attracted to the models and that you share with them, because your system will be more robust than others. Okay. By the way, if these concepts made sense to you, please type makes sense in the comment box, whether if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook or wherever. Okay. I want you to participate with me. The more you participate in this, the better it is for you. Okay. I just want to know that you're learning, even if you're watching this as a recording. Okay. Thank you. Now let's get into the formula. Let's understand what does it really take to become successful. And what's the question that you have in your mind? The question is how to succeed in business as an introvert. If you have this question in your head, I'm going to give you that answer in 10 different ideas or the formulas. The first idea is authenticity. People need to buy you first before they buy your product. And usually what I've seen is those who are super duper extroverts, they like to come up with all different ways to make it attractive. But sometimes it may be like overselling, overexcitement, overly projecting themselves. But what I see in introverts is if you're just being authentic and being clear about what you're offering and how it can benefit your customers, just based on that authenticity itself, you'll be able to get customers. Okay. So authenticity is also where you're removing those masks. You're not trying to project to the outside world something that you're not. Or in other words, just being real. Okay. So just type in the comment box, get real. That is the first formula. The first thing is get real with yourself and just be you. And they will start to connect with you as a person. The second idea is, when people buy into your vision, that is so much more attractive than trying to talk about all the features of what your business is all about. If you look at an example of, Steve Jobs, the way Apple has grown today is based on that vision, where he's always thought about, innovating new things and thinking different. If you look at the older Apple campaigns, it's all about thinking different. And even if you look at Simon Sinek's video on, the why, the golden circle, if you go and do research on that, leaders and entrepreneurs who communicate inside out, they're able to attract an audience or the right customers into their business, and they're able to have much more loyal people into their as customers because of the vision. So if you're an introvert right now, think about what is your bigger vision. Do you have something beyond just your product? Because your product and service just has its own features and benefits. Okay, most of the people, 99% of the people are only communicating from outside in, like what they do or how they do, but nobody talks about why they do what they do. Okay, for example, the reason why I'm recording this video is because I want to inspire you as an introvert to be super successful in your business. And if I know that if you can be super successful in your business, you can create so many opportunities for many other people and help others with the talents and the skills that you have. And you're not going to be bottling that talent up and keeping it aside just because you're giving yourself a tag as an introvert. Okay, so that is the reason why I'm doing this video. So that's the vision I have set for this video. So when you're able to communicate a vision like that for your students or for your audience, you will see that vibe, your vibe will attract your tribe. People will come more towards you. You'll get the right customers. Okay. The third aspect is coming down to customers, which is linked to the previous one. When you have the right vision, you'll be able to attract the right target market. Now, even if you're not sure about who's your target market, the best thing to do is to go and look into the mirror. When I was starting off in my business, I did not know what I was getting into. But the only thing I knew is that if I'm having this challenge right now, there could be many hundreds of other people who have the similar challenge as me in the same situation as me. So when I launched my business, I started to target people in my own location, in my own age group. So since I'm from Bangalore and Chennai, I started targeting only Bangalore and Chennai folks who have an inclination towards personal development, spirituality, business growth, technology, like all my interests, whatever I'm interested in, in my age group of say 30 to 35, when I was launching 30 to 36 in that age group, I was able to attract that as my initial set of customers. Okay, so in other words, if you are not sure about who your target market is, look into the mirror and target people who are just like you. Okay. The fourth idea I want to share is, if you want to be successful in business as an introvert, is you got to develop skill sets. And I'm pretty sure as an introvert, you yourself have some skill sets right now, which are useful and beneficial for your audience. So when you go deep into developing skill sets and developing models around skill sets, then you'll be able to create better products and services. Because ultimately in business, what are we trying to do? We're trying to solve people's problems. Business is about solving problems. And to solve a problem, you need to offer a product or a service. And to be able to deliver an effective product or a service, there has to be some skills behind that. If this makes sense, all of you type "make sense" in the comment box. If you're watching this on Facebook, YouTube, wherever, just type "make sense." Because this one idea, a lot of people miss out. They think that it is all about, the product. But the product has nothing to do with the market unless it is solving the problem the market is looking for. You look at some of the biggest companies in the world today, they are solving big problems. See, Facebook and Instagram are some of the biggest companies today because they're solving a huge problem of connecting people together. And they've created a kind of addiction for it also. So people are sticking in that world. Amazon is one of the biggest companies in the world today because they're solving the big problem of the whole retail industry. They have disrupted the entire retail industry. Uber, of course, I do not know what their numbers are like, but they've grown to such a big extent because of solving a problem of helping people go from point A to point B without needing to own a car or pay a salary to a driver. Okay. So how many of you here are able to get this point? Just type "I get it" in the comment box. Type "I get it." Okay. So your skills should lead to a product, and the product should solve a problem. And then when you're able to give a good structure, as an introvert, when you're actually working on developing a business, a service delivery with a proper structure, let's say you are solving a problem of maybe you're building mobile applications, for example. Okay, you're an introvert, but you help businesses grow through building mobile applications. So your product is to help companies launch their own mobile app. But for that to happen, you need to have a structure of service delivery in terms of, okay, when a client gets onboarded, what exactly are you going to be getting from them in terms of the information, okay? And then how is going to be your service delivery process? Like how have you structured your teams to be able to deliver that? What's going to be the timeline like? And how are you going to be, taking it from concept to launch date and making it successful for your client? Now that entire structure, if you're able to spend time on this and create that journey for your customers to be able to reach their goal of becoming more efficient in their business using a mobile app, for example, that becomes your selling point. Okay. So if you're an introvert, it's only going to be an added advantage because you're going to start thinking in terms of deeper structures that others would not. Okay. And the beauty about the entire game of creating structures is simplification. What you're seeing here on the screen is a very simple path or simple set of ideas for you to be successful as an introvert in business. So in spite of you having a lot of structures, if you can bring it down to the bare essentials of what is needed, that's going to make it even better for your customers. Okay. Complexity it's going to actually, it will kill progress. Or there's a beautiful quote, I think it's a Da Vinci quote. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Okay. So the simpler you can make things for your customers, the simpler you can make things for your students, the faster the results that they can get. Because you as an entrepreneur, as an introverted entrepreneur, you got to provide a path of least resistance for your customers. If you can do that effectively, then you're going to get more and more customers coming to you. You're going to attract that target market. Okay. The eighth idea is sales. So this is a question that you may have in your mind. Like, I'm an introvert right now. I'm not good in selling. I'm an introvert right now. I'll not be able to ask people for money. these kind of ideas. Let me get a sales team to do that. Let me get an extroverted sales guy to do that, but I cannot do it. No, that's not the case. I'm a super duper introvert and I've generated millions of dollars in sales because of following a sales process. Okay, selling is a system. Selling is it is a skill also that you need to apply over time. Okay, and also I look at selling as a form of service. If I'm providing a solution to my target customer, and if I can communicate it to them in a very clear and a simple way that this is what you're going to get, and this is how it's going to help you, and this is how much it's going to cost. I mean, if that is very clearly laid out, I don't think there can be anybody else better to do this job than you. So do not outsource your sales process until you have done it yourself. And I'm pretty sure you'll do a good job at it. Okay. You can start with one-to-one sales, and then you can start to do webinar sales and the one-to-many sales like what I'm doing right now. Okay. It'll give you much better leverage. And the best part is, as an introvert, you can systemize the entire sales process and run it on automation. Like right now, I do a lot of automated webinars. I'm not actually doing the webinar live, but people attend the automated webinar and they buy my products automatically. Okay. So that's also another area. If you want to grow in your business as an introvert, you got to get very good at improving the sales process through the structures and simplification. Okay. Now, number 9 is once you're generating more and more sales, you'll start to get more confidence. Okay. I love this quote that making more money and generating more revenues can solve a lot of problems that not having money brings about. And in my previous business venture, I was struggling like this. I had 35 employees working for me. I was a super introvert, so I felt I could not connect with so many people around me. I had to deal with all my clients and customers. I did not have freedom. And the freedom was not there because I was not generating consistent sales. I was not having a predictable cash flow. And when I would take my wife out for a dinner, I would look into the menu card and see which was the cheapest item in that menu card. I would buy that. Okay. It was a sad situation because I lacked confidence. And confidence comes when you generate predictable sales. Nobody is going to come automatically and buy your product. Don't think that, okay, just because you're building something really awesome, that they're going to come and say, wow, this is so good, and they're going to directly come and buy your product. It's not like that. You have to generate sales through a sales process. And the more you do it, that's what will help you build confidence. How many of you are with me on this? Type with you in the comment box. Type with you in the comment box. And when you gain that confidence, you can then start to outsource and build teams. Okay. In fact, you don't need to have a big team. I have only like 2-3 employees working for me, and I've built a multi-million-dollar business in spite of being an introvert because of understanding how to efficiently run teams by outsourcing, delegating, automating. I have a formula called the DAD formula: delete, automate, delegate. Okay. And then you can also outsource things that are not in your main area of impact. Okay. So if this made sense to all of you, just type make sense. If these ideas. So when you're authentic, when you have a vision, when you're able to understand who's your target market, ideally the right target market is somebody just like you. When you're able to develop your skills, build a solid product with the right structure, but in spite of structure, simplify it, get good at sales, that will give you the confidence to then scale and build and take your business to the next level. Okay. So this is the formula on how to succeed in business as an introvert. And if you're able to resonate with this particular concept, if you're able to resonate with this idea, I want to invite you into my next masterclass. Okay. Now, if you'd like to build a business that can run without your physical presence, and a business where you are able to build without an office. Okay. I'm doing a special session. I'll just give you the link. You can go to sidz.co, sidz.co/live. And there's also a link in the description in my YouTube channel. And you may also see the description in my Facebook, description over there. Click on that link, go to that page, and I do a webinar every other day. Okay. So you can go in there, register on that, and I'll be spending over 90 minutes, around 2 hours with you, where I will teach you how step by step I was able to put my systems together to build a multi-million-dollar business in spite of being an introvert. And this is not just some theory stuff. It's not just some motivation stuff. It's actual. I'm going to show you all the systems that are running my business, and I'll tell you what steps you need to take. Okay. And after that, at the end of that webinar, I'm going to invite you into my community if you'd like to be a part of my community. And if you feel that you're able to resonate with this idea straight off, and you do not want to wait for the webinar and you want to be a part of my community, you can even join my community directly. There's a link here. If you go to sids.co/join, you see that link here, you will be able to go and check out my website. You'll be able to understand what exactly my community is all about. We have over 15,000 members in this community, and you can just make the payment and get started straight off. Okay. And we have a special offer going on right now. So there'll be a discount code that you can go and check out over there. So attend this live session. 2 is join my Facebook group. If you go to sids.co/VIP-group, we have a group reaching over 100,000, reaching around 100,000 people right now in that group of experts, trainers, coaches, entrepreneurs, business owners. I keep sharing a lot of case studies in that group. So tune in over there. And you can also join my Telegram group, which is sids.co/flash. So every day I share various updates on what I'm doing, my latest podcasts, latest videos. So that's more like a broadcast group. If you want to stay notified on all my latest content, completely free, of course, that's going to come your way. Okay. So with that being said, I truly believe that you, being an introvert, you can really succeed in business. And all you have to do is take that first step. And that first step is to be a part of my community and continue the learning journey with me, even in my webinar. And once you take that first step, the next step will be unveiled, and you'll be able to take your game to the next level. So if you like this video, please hit that like button once again, share your comments below. And, for me, this whole game of inspiring people to launch their businesses without an office, it's my mission. And I want to build an army of at least 1 million digital entrepreneurs who can make a difference in our economy and society with the talent and skills that they have. So stay connected for more of these videos. This is just the beginning if you're watching me for the first time. And more power to you. I just want to thank you for watching this video till this point. Cheers, God bless, and I'll meet you in the next video. Bye-bye.